Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to jump on here today. Again, I know, last week we had to do this on Sunday, but we are back home, safe from Myrtle Beach, and we'll get back on our normal channel, or our normal schedule. Saturdays at 2 and Wednesdays at 8. But I had a unique experience, so I wanted to make sure to jump on here and share it with you. Today, I'm going to talk to you about being a leader. Okay. So, as we're getting back, we're trying to get settled. And if you think that coming back from vacation and getting ready for the real world sucks, give me a hell yeah down in the comments. Okay. So we're trying to unpack and we're trying to get the little man situated and, do all the things that we got to do to get ready for the upcoming weeks. But so on the way back, I got an interesting phone call, and it was from one of my companies that I work with, and they reached out to me because I guess they had gotten some feedback from some of my team members and some of my peers, and they are hosting a a leadership call this Tuesday, and they wanted to know if I would be on the call as a guest speaker. So I mean, one, it was a little, it was very humbling to think that the company looks at me in that light. I thought it was awesome. I mean, I was super excited about it, but then it really made me start thinking about, like, okay, what did I do? How did this come about? What was it that I did that would bring this kind of light on to, shine this kind of light on me. And if you've been in one of those kind of situations, guys, where, you got recognition, or, you were applauded for something that, it kind of took you by surprise, and you're like, whoa, if that's happened to you guys, give me a one down in the comments below. Okay. So, like I said, I mean, it really just made me start thinking about, like, what is it that I've done or that I've been doing. And I kind of take it back to a simple question that I was asked early in my military career: are you a leader or are you a follower? And while the world needs both people, and to take it a step further back, guys, you have to be a good follower in order to be a good leader, because you're going to be placed in situations where you're not always in charge. Now, being an entrepreneur, having your own business, I mean, you are always in charge. It is always your responsibility. And as like I talked about in my last video, what's the difference between an employee and a CEO? Responsibility is the big determining factor, because while the worker comes to work and they're responsible for their job scope, the CEO or the entrepreneur's responsibility is never ending. Yeah, they're worried about, making sure their employees are taken care of, making sure that the business is successful. They have to worry about the financials, So, I mean, it's a laundry list of things that continues to go on. But yeah, I found a direct correlation with that, with being a leader as well. So the theme for their leadership call is a leader of leaders. So that's what they asked me to be a guest speaker about. And again, I just started kind of thinking about what that is and what that means to me. And what I realized is, you have to come from a selfless place. Like, you can't, the idea of creating a good team and helping people grow and mature and be successful, it's not just about, it's not, and guys, I talk about it all the time. It's not about us, it's about them, and it's more, yes, don't get me wrong, the commissions and the rank advancements and the this and the that, I mean, that's great. But what's very humbling to me as a leader is seeing someone that I've worked with, or I've helped mentor, or I've helped overcome an obstacle, help them, overcome that, and then see their success, see them get a rank advance. I don't get jealous when somebody gets promoted over me. I never did in my career in the military, and I don't in my company. If somebody gets, has higher sale volume this month or whatever, like, that doesn't bother me. Like, I appreciate that. I like the fact that they're out there working. And if I have something directly to do, like, I'm involved with, just helping them overcome. I'm not saying that I made them successful. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if I just help them overcome, something that they were going, like, that's what it is. That's what it means to me to be a leader. So I just want you to take a second. I want to ask you a question. Are you a leader or are you a follower? And if you're a follower, guys, that's completely okay. There's systems and there's methods and there's processes that you can go through that you can be very successful, but it's a different type of person as a leader. There's more responsibility. There's more, it's not okay, I quit and I'm done, like I'm finished. The work is never over, and a leader never leaves the work for someone else to do. Most of us, I still have my military career that I get up and I go to every day, but I'm still building my business for the long term. And that's where, I feel like leaders separate themselves from followers, because leaders don't make excuses. They don't let obstacles stand in their way. They identify them, they address them, and then they figure out how to overcome them. And they learn from them. That's the biggest thing, guys, is you have to learn from the lessons that you go through, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. You want to make sure that you're learning from the process that you're going through in life. So another question I want to ask is, do you put your team and your customer needs before your own? I think that's a vital step to being a good leader. Is you have to, again, come from a selfless place. And do I need to stay longer because my employee has to get to a game for his children, or they have an appointment? Do I need to pick up extra because of this, or whatever the case is? Like, how do you evaluate the needs of others versus your own? And if you're not putting yours or theirs first, then again, I think you fall into that second category of being a follower, not a leader. And, I read a quote from Gary Vee. I'm sure you guys know who he is. And he says, your employees should never work as hard as you, because it's not their business. And that really resonated with me. If that makes sense to you guys, drop me a 2 down in the comments. Your employees shouldn't work as hard as you, because it's not their business, right? So if that resonates with you guys, drop me a 2 down in the comments. And that just really resonated with me, because I feel like, it's my name, it's my brand, it's my title. It's not my title, but it's like, it's my business. So if I'm not willing to put in the work, if I'm not willing to show them the work ethic and what it's required to be successful, then how can I expect them to do the same? So again, it was just, it really took me back that they reached out to me and asked me to be on that call, because a lot of times, guys, I just feel like I'm just a small fish. I'm just a guy that has a purpose and a dream and a goal that he wants to achieve, and I just work at it every day. And anybody that I can help along the way, I don't ever think that, oh, I don't have time to help this individual, or I don't have time to explain this. Like, I'll stop what I'm doing, and then I'll go through and be like, hey, did you get this? Does it make sense to you now? And one thing that I've kind of been blessed with is I've just always had a knack to be able to break things down and explain it in simplest form. So a lot of times, especially when you start working with social media and tech this and tech that, people get, they're a little intimidated, and they're like, oh, I really don't, I don't know anything about that. It's just not for me. I've just always had a way, when I was an instructor for the Army, I loved the being in the classroom with the privates as they came in. I loved being there, and I loved watching the light bulbs come on. Boom! Oh, you get it. Okay, great. Now you understand, how this works or that works. So that's one thing that's always just really been important to me. And it's not even just like it's important, but I enjoy it. Like, I have fun. Like, that's like it's what motivates me, is again to see the success of others. So again, guys, I want to keep this short today. We got a ton of stuff to do, but it just, I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to leave you with that. Like, think to yourself, identify, and again, it's okay whichever category it is that you fall under. And if you are a follower, if you identify yourself as a follower and you want to become a leader, it's very simple. Just start thinking about others before yourself. Start working to bring people up and start helping to promote them and get them, help them be successful. And then again, if you come from a genuine place, it'll be natural, guys. You don't have to work at it. You don't have to, oh gosh, now I got to go, figure these things out. They say there's leadership skills. And I agree with that, because there's a lot of skills that a follower, they're not going to want to learn, and that's again what separates leaders from followers, is they're willing to take on that extra responsibility to ensure the success of others around them. So yeah, that's it, guys. Again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. If you found value in this, leave me a hashtag value. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you drop hashtag replay down in the comments so I can come back in later on and give you a shout out. But like I said, guys, we're back on our regular schedule, so I will see you guys Wednesday at 8, and we'll follow it up next weekend, Saturday at 2. Until then, guys, as always, take care, be safe, live life, and remember, we create our own freedom. Bye for now.